Oh, hey guys. So, getting a little fucking scruffy. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it and just show people I can't grow a beard, except for, you know, this, about the best I can do. Or what? No, I'm just kidding. You can't see the table, but there's nothing on front of it, on it right now, because I didn't do any loads this week. Well, I did, just not for this week. Went home for the weekend, right? I was like, hey, it's DOT week, right? I'll put the trailer in and truck in, get a DOT inspection. All right, 2 days though on the way, pretty much right after I left Portland, I had some steel showing on one of the tires on the trailer, right? And the other one was pretty much needing to be replaced anyway, so it was down to tread bars. So I was like, I'll get it replaced. I'm going home. I'm not gonna do stop in a truck stop on the way to deliver my load when I'm gonna be home within 2 days. Hoping I could, if I did get, whatever, DOT guy, tell him that, and he'd be like, okay. Probably not, but who knows? Some of these guys aren't too bad. Most of them aren't too bad. Generally, if you have problems with DOT, it's because your attitude. Now, truck was fine. So here's what the truck needs. It has a gasket going out underneath on the transmission, I believe. It's a gasket, right? Easy fucking place. It's not dripping oil. That's what I'm saying. I don't remember. I know it's underneath. It doesn't drip. It seeps. And I saw about that big of a spot on the truck bay when the truck was in the shop after it was in the shop for 2 days. So it takes a long time before it builds up to even starts dripping. And actually it was closer to like 3 days. So a normal 10 hours, I'm not gonna really, there might be something, might not. I started paying more attention to where it is. There ain't nothing. A couple clamps are given out too, which, whatever, fine. The coolant tank at the top, above the radiator. So those familiar in the Volvo, here's coolant tank. This is the left side, by the way. Coolant tank, radiator. There's those two little plugs that sit in the back up top. One of them, the O-ring gave out. And I'm not losing any more coolant. I was when the coolant tank was full, but I'm not anymore. It's above the minimum, but not enough. There's not enough in there to get enough pressure to push it all the way back up to the top. So I'm not losing any more coolant, but the O-ring gave out on that. I ain't gonna worry about it till I go home. Like I said, I'm going home here next week. What do you guys want to see for videos? You'll probably see one the first week I'm home for me running, but I don't know what I'm gonna do for content. And that truck passed. Brakes will be needing replaced. The rear drives will be needing replaced, which I think I'll do the whole drives back then. The steers are 11/15ths, and the rear drives are the worst. They're like 6 something. I'm trying to remember the measurement, top of my head. Got the paper somewhere. And then ones in front of that are close, but they're like the middle ground. So I'll probably replace those Q4. Should last those Q4. Now, that's great. That's great, right? Oh yeah, tires. Remember I was telling you the giant tire disparity, which I wasn't gonna fucking put any measurement in it, because any tire gauge, because I could just look at it and fucking know. Well, this has a few months left. This one is practically brand new. What was it? 11/24, 12/24, and the other one was like 6/24. So yeah, that's what's killing my MPG. And now when I say killing it, I'm thinking it's I swear, I don't know. We'll find out this summer, but it feels like I'm losing 0.3, maybe more, maybe less. Truck did just get 8.5 this week though, with this load I ran. I'm getting ready to head west though to go home, so but I picked this load up I picked up the load I'm finalizing now Wednesday. At 2-stopper Walmart, right? I'll tell you this stuff next week, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Next week really is gonna be about 9 days of running, which, oh well, ain't gonna be profit. Ain't gonna be a great week, but high growth week. But the trailer is what held me up at the shop, because they got it on Sunday, and a couple slack adjusters need to be replaced. They had just pretty much just seized up recently to where the S-cam was starting to get fucked up, where it was starting to put unnecessary wear and uneven wear on the brake shoes, and one of them were starting to walk off. Or I mean, it was like that much of the lid off, like it was just starting to come off. Which that one build did have brakes replaced, something to do with the brakes. I don't remember what. A couple quarters ago though, so somebody didn't do something right. It was also a 2-year-old trailer though, so it's just starting to like needing replaced all around the same time. So the trailers we pretty much went ahead and replaced 3 slack adjusters, full set of brakes, drums were good, 2 tires, replaced the brake chamber just because it didn't look, something about it looked off, and for $80, why not, right? Problem was this weekend, so waiting on parts, and then slack adjusters didn't want to come off. So I guess they fought for that for a few hours. That took a full day. Day and a half-ish. One mechanic too, so he's trying to go back and forth between 2 jobs, which, whatever. But trailers gave me a new problem. Leveling valve went out on this trip over here, I think yesterday, and so there's no air. I think it was a regulator leveling valve, same thing though. I don't know. Anyway, it's the I know it's a system that puts air into the airbags. I confirmed it's that. This was the first for me. I had a YouTube, because I knew where the leveling valve was. Didn't know. I knew what it does. Never actually had to manually apply it though. So I buzzed out, vice grips and a monkey wrench went under there. Not monkey wrench. Yeah, monkey wrench. And I took the leveling valve off. No, not the valve. The little fucking holder that keeps it in place. And I tried to manually raise the air. Nothing. I can deflate air. Well, little air is left. There's about 60% air loss. Well, about 30 to 40% of air in the bags right now. It's a rough fucking ride, especially when you're light. That fucker wants to slam around. I called a company, and they're like, last time we had one, we just replaced one a couple weeks ago. It took a few days to get it. So I was like, okay, here's what I can do. Because I called a TA, and they're like, we can get it. We're going to have to order it, and we don't know how long that'd be. So I was like, I'm going home. I can either call ahead and see what's going on, or the truck's going. The trailer's getting serviced here again for PM and alignment when I go home, anyways. So we can just do it then. And they're like, that works. Technically, it's a don't ask, don't tell type thing though. Kind of just try to blend in, because the rule is anything that's getting air should have air. It has air. There's like that much. Now, okay, actually, above the tire to the underneath the trailer, I can do this. I can put my whole hand in there with some, right? But the gap, if you look at it from side, it's like a finger and a half. So, right, my finger and a half, right? So it's about, if I had to guess, a 50% drop where it should be. Seems like it. It's noticeable. I'll deal with it. It's a fucking rougher ride, whatever. I'm gonna be getting some weight in it tomorrow, so that should help. But I'm not gonna be fucking down for 4 to 5 days waiting for a leveling valve if I can avoid it when I'm going home. I've been out for 15 months, guys. I want to go home. That's all. That's really what it is. Cut me some slack. All right, cut me some slack. Jeez. I'm ready to go home. That's kind of why I said fuck it last week. I went home for the weekend. It's not something I normally would do. And hell, who knows, a couple more years, when she has her RN license, I might go home every other month. Fuck, who knows, a week a month? I don't fucking know, something like that. Hold on, I need to drink some of my piss water. No, definitely not. This is a Crystal Light Peach Mango green tea. Pretty good, pretty good. Although the raspberry one's more my favorite. But come on, what's that look like? You can't tell me it doesn't. But no, I'm actually really happy with the truck. If you had asked me a month ago, would I have seen 80 mpg average across a week, I'd been like, well, okay, across Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Well, technically I picked the Wednesday night, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days, pretty much a week. I've been like, I don't know, maybe not till I get to the tire place. At one point, the truck was telling me I can get 2,000 miles at 100 gallons to go. So I was getting some great MPG, and it wasn't like it was wind pushing me. Was there a wind? Sure, but 10 to 12 mile an hour wind isn't really gonna do anything. And I was it changed directions on me multiple times, and I still got it. The only time I got under 7 was in Iowa, because up the fucking gigantic hills, dude. I hate Iowa so much. Thankfully, I'm 22,000 pounds. But I've had weight like that before. That Chicago load, right? That took all week, where I only made $5 grand, 4,800 bucks, something like that. That was the same weight, and I got less MPG, and I was more on the coastlines where I'm supposed to get better MPG. And yeah, so I mean, I don't know. The truck's working out. I'm not looking forward to next year though, where I really got to spend some money. Well, late this year, early next year, I got an overhead. Probably gonna need to do injector cups while I'm at it, and O-rings. Run out and fucking right there. Brakes, tires, but that's this year. Centromatics, those who've been around, I ran Centromatics before, and I loved what they did to the tire wear. Hi, cat. You comfy? This poor fucker. You know, so there's. Oh, well, you can't see it actually. But underneath me, there used to be an orange blanket. Woke up and he really got sick this morning. Really got sick. I don't know what was happened, but that was like. Can't clean that. Remember I was telling you guys the bunk heater didn't work? I don't remember if I told you guys that on the fuel pump side, so the bunk heater is underneath me, and the pump for it is on the other side, passenger side, on passenger tank, right? Well, above that, there's a hose that comes off the pump that comes all the way over underneath the truck and up into this bunk heater, and it pumps, fuel into it, obviously. Well, when I picked up the truck, it looks like it broke off, like it got brittle or got caught somewhere and broke off at the pump side, pretty much like that far off the pump. But it was starting to go hot, cold all the time. Not the bunk outside temperature, right? And I was like, I can sleep with it. I can sleep, when it's chilly at night, 30 to 40 degrees, which I did. While I was at TA, I decided to go ahead and fix that bunk hose, the hose. That was not the issue. It might have been. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to spend some shop. Thermo King of Cheyenne was $208 for 1 hour labor. That's our labor rate. I don't know. I need to find somebody before winter though that's relatively cheap, or just charge me a diagnose fee of like $100. I don't really want to spend $200 for that's their diagnose fee just to fucking need like a $30 part, because that fuel pump, I don't know if it's it. Because here's the issue. I don't know what it's tied into. Is it tied into this, or is it tied into the APU controls, which that's what this is. But I've turned both on. The bunk heater makes no noise. There's no airflow. Even if you turn the bunk heater on, you get that very gentle cold air as it starts warming up, and then you get the heat. I don't hear nothing. There's no clicking. There's no that you can, the noise, for those who know the bunk heater noise, you know what I'm talking about. Even if it charging up, you can hear the fuel pump. I don't hear anything. So I don't know if it's a bad fuse. I don't know if the blower is dead. I don't know. And that's the issue. I was hoping it was just that hose or the fuel pump, which I should probably service that fuel pump anyways when I go in, because if it's sat, I don't know how long this truck sat, and that filter's probably plugged up. But even if that filter was plugged up, that would still be trying to turn on. Because that's what happened. Now, when I had a bad fuel pump 35 or 36 with the blue truck, right? The bunk heater would turn on, it would run for like 30 seconds and then shut off because it couldn't get fuel. They couldn't get fuel, and what it was the fuel line was pinched somewhere. So even if the fuel filter's plugged, maybe actually, that should still turn on though and start making noises. I don't know. Maybe I'm being dumb. Maybe I'm missing something obvious. I don't know where all the fuses are for this, because this is in 3 different spots. It's over there with the evaporator. Wait, that's that condenser. There's a big mess underneath me, and there's also fuses on top of the battery box, all related to this. I don't know where to start. I'm having to learn things, but honestly, I don't have a shop too, which, like my own personal, like a garage or whatever, I could take this fucker in and really get underneath things and look around. But the mechanic did say though the truck looks amazing underneath there. Besides the gasket and a couple of seals given out, or gasket and clamp. What up, cat? You gonna lay down? Yeah. He thought the truck was much newer than what it was. He was very surprised. I told him it was like 430,000 miles at that point. What up, cat? Yeah. You're so warm. Does anybody else's Volvo get really warm on the floor? Like, incredibly warm? He loves the floor because of it. I'm just trying to ask to see if that's normal. Like, I don't remember that happening in the white Volvo I was in for a few months. So if yours does get warm, cool. If not, because there's an intercooler down there. I'm wondering if that could be causing some warmth. But the whole floor gets warm. You don't eat in there. Psst. You want treats? You don't need that either. Really? He's rubbing on the phone in case you guys don't know. Here, come say hi. Yeah. Hi. My big boy. He's purring. It's not a lot of purr. Although when I wake up, he will purr like no other. But it's, I guess all the money that needed to be spent on the trailer works out though. Hey, by the time it's all done, I'll have a brand new trailer practically. I'm gonna pay for the alignment out of my own pocket though. I don't need to, but it's a middle ground pretty much. It's one of those things like they like the minute, like obviously cost effective, right? They like to go to certain spots for cost. Well, I'm just gonna say help them out by paying the alignment myself, because I'm going home for a couple weeks, whatever. And also it helps, since I'm wanting to buy a trailer anyways in a couple of years, kind of helps me get into a mindset of thinking about things a certain way. It's not that this company is cheap, it's just they like to save money. Don't you like to save money? What are you doing? Yeah. You got a tiny ass head, cat. There, let me get your boogers. We shall see though what's going on inside the engine though when this truck goes into the shop, because I'll be doing an oil sample and sending it off. And I plan on, since I'm going home every 2 to 2.5 months, putting the truck in the shop for PMs. At least I'm one of those people, I don't change my fuel filters and oil filter. Well, oil filter every single time, but I don't skip a oil change on my fuel filters. I don't. That's every single time the truck gets a service, gets a fuel filter or oil change. All filters, but the air dryer and the engine filter gets changed. Those two I do once a year. I don't know what oil I'm going to use yet. I'm thinking T6. That's if they have it in the right weight. You can also lose MPG by using the wrong weight. But don't expect any money video this week. You guys can call me. You can tell me I'm more on next week. Interesting. But, have fun. Stay safe out there. Bye.